WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. We are on the Motivational Power Show, and we're trying to get Solomon to come into the studio. So I do apologize for any of the delay that we're having here this morning, but we've got an exciting show for you. And here he comes. I think he's coming in right now. So I'm happy to bring him forward. So here he is, our host of the show. How are you this morning?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you.
Are we having a bad connection? Hey, can you hear me? We're not hearing you. Oh, you know what? It's my fault. Hold on.
Hear me?
My fault.
Can you hear me?
There we go. I can hear you now. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had something else plugged in, so I do apologize for that. So how are you today? I can hear you now.
Yeah, doing great. Thank you. Sorry.
So, okay. Well, it is great to, as always, it's great to have you here. We've got a great show. Everyone, this is you guys are listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. Again, we are listening here to the Motivational Power Show, and I'll let you take over, Solomon.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hello. How are you doing today? It's nice. It's quite exciting to be back. For those of you, I'm a motivational speaker, coach, trainer, and author. I wrote a book on success and growth, which is called as Stand Out With Your Heart. Can you see this? So we are coming from WGSN-DB Going Solo Network TV and radio, goingsolomedia.com. And welcome to the show, my friends. And it's a wonderful show. The title of the show is Motivational Power. How awesome it is. Motivational Power. So past few weeks, we have been bringing on, one of the best, speakers and, experts to help us, to navigate through life, different things through life. So today my topic would be how best can we make this 2020 a great year for all of us. I'm quite excited about this topic as we are closing down this 2019 and we are entering into 2020. So it's a great opportunity for all of us. So I'm really quite excited, and I have been thinking of talking about this topic. So today, I just personally wanted to come on the show and speak to you a couple of things. I have nothing, great to talk about, but I wanted to share a few personal experiences over this couple of months, over this period of time. How my life had dramatically changed. The fact that I'm on the show today is because of one of those factors, which I will share it to you in a bit. So welcome again, my dear friends. This is Motivational Power. I am Solomon Bulampati, motivational speaker. I'm a coach and author and trainer on leadership. I'm a John Maxwell team speaker and coach and trainer. So for those of you who are coming on this show, I welcome you all. And I wanted you to hold on to yourself, to build, to be in the confidence that this coming year 2020 is one of the rocking years, great years for you. So that is what we are going to I'm going to talk about, and you are going to listen to it now. So how are you? How is the new year 20 all? If I ask you, if I have to say 2019 is an year, where I really felt that, whatever I wanted to do, I had a lot of wishes, a lot of dreams. I wanted to earn big money in this year, but somehow it didn't match up. Things came in my way and I couldn't do it. And you know what? I can tell you very, that, but it is not a disappointing year again and again. I'm quite successful in this particular 2019, I should say. So many people had come into my life. So many people had come into my life. For example, first of all, how your dreams will be fulfilled is because the first the people will come into our life. That is the first thing that will happen. So I wanted to tell you how people will came into my life in a short while from now. Before that, I just wanted to give you a couple of points on how you can make this 2020 an awesome year. No matter what happened in 2019, let us not let us look back at it and take stock and then don't be alive. That is the biggest thing. When we are alive, we can accomplish great things. That is the biggest thing. And we are alive and we are kicking and we are breathing. So that is the greatest thing. 2019 has been a successful year that we kept ourselves in the right spirit, in the right health, in the right the right mindset. So that is the greatest thing that can ever happen. That is the greatest blessing, I should say. So in that connection, perhaps we are really successful 2019. So I tell you, though you haven't earned big money, though you haven't translated your dreams into reality, I must tell you that something really dramatic would have happened in your life, and you would know it soon, very soon from now. So my dear friends, on this occasion of 2019, looking at the year, the prospects, the treasure in 20, I wanted to urge you to be intentional in this 2020. Intentional about your growth. So when I said be intentional, you should be intentional to grow yourself. That is one key area we all tend to neglect upon. So whatever we have come to this point in our life, whatever we have achieved, whatever we could do 2019 or the years before, we have reached here at this particular stage, the context of our life is because of all what we know. This is what that has brought us here. And what we could not become is because what we did not know. So you may wonder, what is that I did not know? How is that and you need to look at where you are today. You have written a book, or you have taken some responsibilities and doing some things. Let us say you're working at a job, or you have started your enterprise and business. You have taken up the idea and started the business, and in that business you couldn't grow, you couldn't see any growth, substantial growth. You haven't gone much distance in that particular area. But however, it's all because of what we know, what we have acquired over these years, what we have learned over these years through people, by our own, efforts. So that has brought us here to this point of our life. So from here, how do we grow? It's because those things we should know, what we can know, we will know, we make efforts to know, will take us far. So in this connection, I wanted you to be intentional about your personal growth. I wanted you to come on this kind of shows where speakers are coming, and where some of these experts who have done quite an amount of study, quite an amount of research and work on those particular areas of their expertise, and they share their knowledge. And we are doing you can come over this kind of shows and listen to experts, and you are intentional about you're intentional, you are committed for your life, for this great chance and opportunity of life, wherein we can become anything we wanted to, we can dream of. And again, before we actually go into be intentional about your personal growth, be intentional every day, be intentional. What would I learn today? Where will that learning will come? Where will that perspective will come to me? How I can learn some new things today? So that is that is your goal every day when you wake up. So that is what I'm saying. I wanted to urge you. And the second one is, what is the big dream you have for your life? So I wanted you to run wild with your imagination. I wanted you to have a big dream. See, as I go in the cities, in Bangalore city, I see a lot of big cars that have been driven by many people. Okay, I am wondering, how will I drive that, that Benz car? Yeah, starting the context where I am in practical scenario, that might look, perfect, a reality. What about that car? The person who just passed me by, in that Benz car and that BMW, I can say, wow, that's a beautiful car. So I must have to get that car for myself, my dear friends. And again, when I see as a speaker, when I see most of these people, the co-speakers, my fellow speakers who are at the big stages speaking, I wonder, when would I go there? When would I go? When would I give a speech to, a 10 lakh of audience in that big exhibition, that big, event? When will I do that? So then I can say that, yeah, it is not impossible. I can go there. I can do that. So my dear friends, so what I'm trying to tell you is that, whatever, in whichever field you are, dream about the biggest thing in that particular industry. Suppose if you are a professional working in a technology field, be that, that technology, what can I say, skilled in that particular thing. Dream about it. Don't worry where you are at the moment. Don't worry what is your knowledge at the moment. Don't worry how much you have to learn, to get there. The very idea of, touching that acme, the pinnacle in that particular area of business you are in, as a professional or as a businessman or as a speaker or as a coach, it doesn't matter where you are at the moment, but it always, matters where you want to go. That will be the deciding factor for you, my dear friends. So what I'm saying is that, the first and foremost is have that big dream, have that big wish, have that big, and commit to it and believe in that. When you say that you wanted to be on the big event as a keynote speaker, when you say you wanted to be the big businessman, currently you are having two people working for you, and you have, a business of about, 10 lakhs, let us say, but you wanted to cross that, about 10 crores this year. Just believe that it is going to happen to you. Just believe that you will be there at that, big event as a keynote speaker or as a motivational speaker. Suppose, the other coaches, who are on the circuit are, trying the biggest people, the biggest business CEOs as coaches, as their, they can coach them. You can believe that, you will also be there in this 2020. Why I'm saying is this, because big dreams draw us, out of our comfort zones. Most of the time, what is holding us back is that big dream. And not only the big dream, and also believing in the dream that it is possible, my dear friends. So a little bit about me. Those of you who do not know about me, I came from a very small village. My parents are uneducated. Both the parents, mom and dad, haven't been educated. I have two sisters who are uneducated. And I have a brother who is merely educated to the point of 10th standard. And beyond that, he didn't study. I am from a rural village which does not have buses. It has only two buses, one in the morning, one in the night. And I studied in orphanages till my 10th standard. And we were beaten by this, by those people, because we are huge in number and there was a lot of indiscipline. Naturally, we used to be punished, and sometimes we used to be punished for no reason. And I personally, when I was growing up, had a lot of, those feelings in my heart that somebody was, we are being unpunished for no reason, unjustly like that. While I was growing up, as I was a young boy, one day it so happened that I went to my manager, he's a priest, and asked for a fare to my village because my brother was having a function. So he asked me to call me to attend the function. And in that connection, I asked him 5 rupees more than what it was needed. Generally, we used to ask that time, if I remember correct, we were asking 12 rupees. So that particular day, I asked 15 rupees. That was 3 rupees more. And the priest got so angry and he bet me black and blue. And after beating me so much, at last he did not even send me to the function. So I just missed the function. The following day, my brother, seeing that I was not attending the function, he sent a person. The person came all the way, and then he just had to apologize on my behalf. And that was the scenario for me. And we were I studied in my mother tongue till 10th standard. I never ever dreamt of becoming living in these big cities. That is exactly happening today. Today, if you look at me, I have written a book which is Stand Out With Your Heart, which is on Amazon. I worked in advertising agencies in the big cities, competing with the other copywriters who are from wealthy families and, the big backgrounds. Their fathers and moms are professors. Some of them are writers themselves. So I'm working there. So what brought me here, my dear friends, if I have to tell you, but during those growing up years, in one occasion, if I have to tell you, my college days, when the teacher asked me, that was an English medium. I was, in the 11th standard. I joined the course. My course was biology, and you know what? The lecturer asked me, is the earth revolving around the sun and the sun revolving around the earth? You know what I said? It was such a huge confusion because the people were speaking in such a, the lecturer was, he was speaking in such a, passion. And again, it was overwhelming to me because everybody else was speaking in English. I couldn't able to understand some of the guys. Yeah, of course, there were some people from my mother tongue speaking, but most of them, 90% of them, I should say, are speaking in English, which was difficult to understand. And especially in the classroom, the teacher speaks English and the students answer in English. So it was a very difficult scenario for me, and I was overwhelmed. And I suddenly said, I was looking, a bit perplexed. And the teacher said, "Hey, you get up and tell me." Then I said, the sun is revolving around the earth. The whole class erupted in laughter. And that particular day, I decided that I should master English. I decided that I should learn this language, to the point. Even today, when I am, asking so many people, so many organizations, for a motivational talk, for a leadership session, they say, we have conducted a session from a particular company, a leadership company, and such kind of scenarios will be there. I just feel in my heart, that yeah, okay, fine, which is that company you are talking about. So that particular company, you will soon see us, in that particular position, my friend. Perhaps you will call me, so I will have a kind of a feeling in my heart, and I'll say, hey, that's wonderful. If you are really having that, okay, fine, give us a chance. Perhaps you can help us. We work for you. We have just started, and look at me. I am an author, and I have a certification from John Maxwell. So, my dear friends, what I'm saying is that that particular feeling in your heart that you can grow. You can contribute. You wanted to grow. Will take you that big dream. When I was growing up, I was always thinking that I must work in big cities. I always felt that I must be in big cities. I must speak in English. When I heard that kind of a scenario, I'm a fan of Hindi movies, Bollywood movies. In Bollywood movies, we used to have scenarios where, it's a filmy world, films, you have, people wearing blazers and stuff like that. See, I have a passion, I have a liking for wearing blazers. When I was growing up, when I saw those actors, all actors wearing blazers, whereas in our native movies, most of the people do not wear blazers. They come in shirt and max to max. They'll have a tucking, and that's how. Whereas in Bollywood, you'll see most of the actors in a frame. If there are about 10 people or 5 people, 5 of them will be in suits. So that was the scenario. I was wondering when they're speaking in suits, I was feeling that I must also be in that kind of a scenario in my life, my dear friends. So that is exactly what I'm talking about. Run your imagination wild. Run your imagination wild. Dream whatever you want it to be in your life. You wanted to be the number one speaker on the planet. You can. If you wanted to be the number one company in your area, you can. Wherever you are, whatever you are. But there are certain clauses, there are certain process, there's a process you have to follow, and that process is what I'm saying just now is that be intentional. What has brought you here to this stage will not take you further. You need to be a different person. My dear friends, again, you need to be a different person. You need to have a different mindset for different bigger opportunities. See, with the same personality what you have in 2019, you cannot go with the same personality into 2020. You need to be a different person altogether. In your mindset, what I mean to say. Yeah, of course, and physically also, if you can really work on your body and bring your body into that awesomeness, good shape where there is exudes energy and confidence, yeah, that is welcome, that is needed. And the second thing is that, you need to have a different attitude. How does the attitude will come? Different mindset. Yes. What is the different mindset? How it will come? You need to be growing in your in your awareness levels. You must be growing in your awareness. How does we grow in our awareness levels? When we learn many things through books, you need to through books and through your efforts by the virtue of attending so many seminars, by spending money, spending time, and spending your efforts to go to cities, other cities, and learn from there and attend webinars and sessions. And some of the programs like this, yes, you can always come on our motivational power show so that you can learn from all these experts. Last time when Mute came on and she said so many beautiful things about parenting. Yes, we need that, the teaching for us. So, my dear friends, we'll just take a small break before we actually go on. We have a lot of exciting things to share with you. 2020 is going to be a rocking year. Just hold on, we'll be back. We'll be right back. Thank you. Yeah, welcome back, friends. This is Salman Balampati, motivational speaker. We are coming from WGSN-DB, Going Solo TV Radio Network, GoingSoloMedia.com, and my name is Salman Balampati. I'm a motivational speaker. So, our today's topic is how we could make 2020 a rocking year, a great year, a prosperous, rich, wealthy, and most fulfilling year of your life. 2020 is going to be. So we have discussed that you need to have a big dream. Whatever you are facing, whatever the challenges you are facing, take them as as biggest challenges which are testing your ability, and face them head on. That is what and I told you the anecdote of my schooling when we were facing so many hurdles. I took it as a kind of a challenge for me. I took it and I wanted to turn it around. So that is what I wanted you to do it. Have a big dream in your life, and the big dreams, is see that you are already there. You need to grow yourself. You need to grow yourself. You need to learn a lot of things. You need to learn from seminars. You need to learn from some books. You can again, take some coaching from people that are very good number of professionals, on the available now, because the information is this one. You can take a coach and you can work on that. And the second thing is that each day as you wake up, this is my request for you. Have a feeling that just whom can I help today? Whom can I help today? That should be your goal, my dear friends. So every day as you wake up, you will have certain instances. You will come across. Somebody says, hey Solomon, I want to meet you, and then you can go and meet him and see how best you can help him. So one day, I just wanted to tell you. One day, I was coming out of my office. I started an academy by name Standard Leadership Academy, and I just wanted to have a cup of tea. So I just walked out of the building, and then as I was I was going out of the premises. I just came across a man, asking me, "Can I park the car here?" Then I said immediately, "Yes, sir, you can park the car here. This is a parking spot. You can." So he seems to be a visitor to the place. Next door, there is a garden. There is a, what can I say, a nursery kind of a place. And again, artifacts are kept, where some decorative items are kept. So he wants to meet the person. So he was just, asking me whether he can park the car. Then I just sort of, "Thank you very much," he said. Then I immediately, extended my hand. "Hey, sir, good morning. My name is Solomon. I just want, I'm a speaker, motivational speaker. I just wanted to introduce myself. How are you today? And what brought you here?" Then he said, "I came here to meet this gentleman who is having this, these artifacts and these nursery items. He's coming up with a cafe here. So with that cafe, I am actually a kitchen, utensils. I make kitchens for hotels and small cafes like this. So he asked my help. So I wanted to check out that particular place so that I can help him with this, kitchen gadgets or whatever. So, and you are a motivational speaker, right? Yes, yes, sir, I'm a motivational speaker. Then I said, "I'm a trustee in an educational group. Our educational group has a big school and a college. So we run a big school and college in Bangalore down this road. I'm a trustee there. How can, we need your help. Perhaps we can talk, so that, how can we, you can associate with us, how can you help us in whatever way." So immediately that person has given us opened his phone and called the principal and said, "Hey, I have a friend here. I just met him, and his name is Solomon. He's a motivational speaker." My dear friends, what I'm trying to say here is that as you wake up, just be on the you wake up with an intention that, whom are you going to help today. If you look at my current situation, I have started the academy. I am a speaker. I have been trained. I've been certified and trained, but I'm not getting many opportunities now. I'm getting few opportunities. Yes, to whatever level I'm working, I'm getting few opportunities, good opportunities though. But there is a lot of time for me so that I can, help others. So what I'm trying to do is that, I'm just waiting for somebody. How can I help them? And there is a person. Actually, you know what? Wherever I go, whichever person I meet, what would I do is I just coach them. I try to help them on how learning, can help them to grow in their life. In the entire day, whichever person I see, I tell them, look, in your particular business, this is the areas you can grow. And I know this person, so that I can connect you to this person. So I'm just trying to, help as many people as possible. So I wanted you to have that kind of an attitude, so that you can you can help many people. So wherever you're going, have that that vision that you can uh, you wanted to help more people. So then what will you do when you wanted to help more people? Then you will just go out and say hello, hi to every person you see. If you go to your restaurant, the person next to you is sitting and having a cup of coffee, And you can as well turn around and say, hey, good morning, my name is Solomon. Nice to meet you. I just want to say hello to you. What's your good name, by the way? What do you do, by the way? So that you can just get, and that person can be a right contact all the while you have been looking for. That is exactly what I'm talking about. So, my dear friends, so wake up, each day, and see that whom I'm going to help today. And this particular, this opportunity came to me, as I told you earlier, that I somebody called me from somewhere from Mumbai, and he said, hi Solomon, I want to meet you. And then immediately I said yes, though I had some work that day. I just postponed that work and I went and met him. And I met him, and then as I met him, I also did a Facebook Live, and then saw this and said, "Hey Solomon, would you do this show?" And to see today, I'm on this show as a host, and I'm all talking to you, and you're listening to me, and you have patronized me and patronized this motivational power. My dear friends, as you are growing up, as you are building your business, the whatever time you have left with, go out and say hello to people, get to know them, and not with any intention. Don't try to give your card immediately and tell me, say, that's what most of this networking, when you do networking, that's what you do. You thrust the card in the face and say, no, 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 don't do that. What you have to do is you have to know the person, what he's doing, and your intention is to help the person in whatever way you can. That is exactly what is your, you should try to help the person. That is your motto, that is your motive, so that is your intention. So I am telling you, how intentional are you to help others. So as Zig Ziglar said, that in growing others you will grow, in fulfilling others dreams you will fulfill your dream. What an awesome quotation, what an awesome philosophy that can be, my dear friends. See, when I was wondering, how on this, exactly when I read this quotation and this philosophy, my life has been changed. I'm not the same person. Earlier, I was only thinking about myself, and today, I always think about whom can I help today. Which person can I, help him to grow? As I became a coach, so I ask many questions. How do you think you can grow from here to the next level? What is your goal for this year? And he will say some small goal. Maybe he says that five lakhs of income would be the best. I will say, why not 50 lakhs? What would harm you if you go for 50 lakhs? Go for it. And I tell people, many of the people they come, they really don't care about their dressing. I tell them, dress up well. What is holding you back? You may not be meeting many people, but you never know whom will you bump into in the restaurant or in the cafe. So dress yourself as if you're going to meet a great person, your client, your biggest client, about whom you're dreaming all this time about. So that is exactly what I'm trying to see. Be intentional. The second thing is that with the end. This is a beautiful thing. See, we wanted to live with the end in your mind. You know what? The other day when Bute came and she shared about parenting, and she said one beautiful thing, that you need to have respect for your child. How will you have respect for your child? So when you see your children already became those successful people they are, if you assume that your child, if he shows some passion in painting, you assume that he's a Picasso by now. If you see your child as singer, you immediately see him as if he's already became an established celebrity singer. And try look at him in that way, then you will respect him. And again, keep the end in your mind when I say that, work with the keep the end in your mind when you say that, you wanted to be a speaker. Imagine your end will be the top best speakers in the world. Then how would you dress yourself if you were to be the same person today? Today, if you were to be the best speaker on the planet, how would you dress yourself? How would you talk? How would you behave? Would you be so rude to people when somebody says something? You wouldn't be. You will just laugh it off. You will just say. You wouldn't even bother at reacting to the person. Or you will be dressing yourself in such a way that you're already one. So that is an awesome philosophy by itself. I wanted to, and you wanted to have the best of the best people. So today, when I look at, I have the best people with me, supporting me, guiding me. Some are mentoring me, some are giving me opportunities. So I have been thinking and dreaming about myself, that those people will come. Those people will come into my life. I will be jostling. I will be working with them. And today, I'm working with that kind of, global people, I should say. When I'm at John Maxwell, one day, I have been John Maxwell, India. I was seeing conduct, 6 day seminars, back to back 6 day seminars for different people, students, college students, professionals, CEOs one day, where the speakers will come and they can learn from them. I wanted to have that kind of a carnival, a leadership carnival, I should say. So for that reason, what would I do on the Facebook? I'll be observing, I'll reading their posts and appreciating them. Oh wow, great work! You have done a great work. So perhaps I'm of late I'm actually asking many of those coaches and speakers and trainers to come and put up their own show in India. I'm telling them how best could I help you with this events. Do you have any idea how big India is, how big Bangalore is, and what prospects does Bangalore can portray to the world? So then I will just bring to their conscience, that in India, Bangalore is called as the Silicon Valley of India, and they will have an idea. So my dear friends, so I have been urging you. I have been urging you to come up on the to have the end in your mind. Right? Okay. So my dear friends, so I'm sorry about that. I'm getting a message over there. My dear friends, so live with the end in your mind. That is exactly what I'm talking about. So here we could, if I have to go through that, each day when you wake up, be intentional about it. How can you grow yourself, the personal growth? You know what? Our awareness levels, are very important. How aware are you? Suppose and say when you see so many things on the social media, what is it? What is it? What for me? Many people were thinking that what for me? If somebody is doing great things, what for me? How am I related to that? How am I, in actually any way related to that? How am I benefited of that? And then you just, shun it. You just turn away rather than look at that and appreciate the person. Give a kind of an applause or an appreciation so that, that person, you are empowering another person. Turn back and say that, hey Solomon, what are you? How can can we talk? And then they may talk and they might share something, some new things to us. So then perhaps you will grow. How am I growing myself each day? Then you come into your personal growth. Did I grow from yesterday to today? So that is exactly what you have to do today, every day. And the second best thing is each day when you wake up to help. Whom I am going to help today? Who am I going to support? Who am I going to empower today? Who am I going to encourage and inspire today? So when I see so many professionals and also, in the lift, when we are, entering into the lift or in the parking lots, I met the trustee, the president of that educational group. He's an awesome person, and and couple of people, many people I have met in the same way. So be intentional to help others. Take some extra time with that person. You can see the person is sharing some anecdote, something he is saying. So perhaps you can just stay there if you do not have any appointment for you. So you can stay back there and listen to the person and appreciate the particular thing what he is narrating about, and see what how best can you help the person. So that is one thing. So you have a big dream. That big dream is, what I'm emphasizing upon. You know what? Many people, if I ask any entrepreneur, let us say, if I ask any entrepreneur, let us say, uh, what's your dream? What's your goal about? Then he would say that, when I look at his particular dream, I am really surprised. Oh, sorry. Hello?
Hello, can you hear?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
here. I
yeah,
just saw your message.
everything's going good.
Is it okay? I just saw the message. Okay, anyway. So I just thank you very much. I just I just asked the person, any entrepreneur, like they'll say, I wanted to go here. I really wonder why not he, have a big dream for himself. Why not he raise his, and Les Brown says that, whatever your dream is, multiply by 100, he will say. So that is awesome. When you say that, the multiply by 100, that is, easy for the size of your dream. My dear friends, everything is possible. We have been given, the gift of potential, the gift of power, and with that power, man can achieve anything. If Einstein can achieve, is one of the geniuses on the planet, you and me, anybody for that matter, or any human being for that matter, could achieve anything. Bill Gates could achieve, could establish that kind of Microsoft company. It is possible for anybody. It is possible for anybody. If you wanted to start a company of, a technology company, your competitor is Bill Gates. I'm sure about that, my dear friends. So your dream is the one. I'm telling you, when I told you that, put in your money for the learning, it's not so easy to put in that money, or to hire a coach, with some big money, big dollars, spending big money, let us say 10,000 rupees for 1 hour coaching. It's not small thing. And you put aside your regular duties and allocate 1 week, go to one resort and, stay there in the resort and attend leadership sessions, for 6 days, and, forgetting about the business what you're running here. It's not so easy. When I told you to get up each day and to think about how, which person you are going to, help today, it's not so easy that, you can talk to the person and you're not knowing whether he will be of any help to you, and try to empower you, inspire you, motivate him and inspire him. It's not so easy. So how we can do that? And again, when you are not, to that mark, when you are wanted to dress yourself as if you're all imagining you're already the person, you're already the successful person you are, and dressing up yourself, and deep down, working on your mindset, which says that, in your mind says that, hey, what are you thinking? Why the hell are you becoming so confident? Who, look at you, you're in there. Why are you so hell-bent on this? You are not this person. So your mind itself will beat you up. So you need to work on that, and you need to overcome that feeling that, you're not yet somebody, and then still feel that you are somebody. Dress up well for that day, and, show your, beaming face to the world, and talk to people, and work with that confidence, work with that power. It's not so easy. So what is exactly, you want is that big dream, no matter what, and coming to that big dream, my dear friends. So this is exactly what I wanted to tell you today. So I am really feeling that, you need to have that a new mindset. You need to have a mindset. The mindset comes from learning. Whatever you are today, you have achieved. Whatever you have achieved is through what you know till now, through those books you have read. So you need to read as many books as possible and go back and read those books again and again and again and again. Go back and attend those seminars again and again. You never know what you're going to learn today. So, my dear friends, with that mindset, perhaps that new mindset, you can rock in that 2020. I wanted you to be the best, the wealthy person and the best person and the new person altogether. You're not the same person. When they see you in 2020, in January 1st, when they look at you and say, hey, you're not the same person I saw you 2019, a week ago. You should be like that. I'm telling you, my friends. I'm telling you. So that is exactly where the power is. When you feel that you have everything that is required for you, it's slowly going to be revealed to you over the years. If you go to a seminar, it will be revealed to you. If you talk to a friend, the successful business person, he will tell you the secret. Hey, tell me how I can launch this particular service or launch particular this one. He will share it with you. So looking at your passion. So my dear friends, so if you have the dream and if you leave the person you wanted to become in your life, slowly whatever you require will be revealed to you by the universe through various sources. You never know. And as I told you that each day when you wake up with the intention to help somebody, and that person, you never know, that person you shook hand in the shopping mall, the person who came in across the counter when you're paying the bill for your grocery. When you say, look at him and say hello, good morning, and that person can become your biggest client. You never know. And then so be eager to meet people, be eager to meet strangers, be eager to say hello. So that is exactly what I'm trying to put it across to you. And for that, you need to be that super excited, super powerful, super duper exciting person you are. When they look at you, they say, hey, I must speak to you, hi, nice meeting you. So that is what that people love. Your energy level should be so awesome. Your energy level should be so awesome. So that is exactly what you have to portray. I'm telling you, if people cannot recognize you, that if you are this person, people will really ask you what makes you this person today in 2020. I wanted you to be the person. I wanted you to be the rock star with that kind of a dress and that kind of a personality and demon, that kind of power exuding from your body. I'm telling you, go to gym and become a new person. Get that energy levels high. So perk up those energy levels. So with that, I wanted to conclude this show. Thank you very much for being with me. Motivational Power, patronize it and be here. I'm bringing lots and lots of guests. We have lined up, some awesome guests in 2020. We'll be doing, amazing stuff here. And, so I wanted you to come on the show. We will bring, from different spheres so that, we can be the next level people. Thank you very much for being here. And if you like our show, kindly promote it, kindly share it in your places, in your social media and talk about it. We are coming from WGSN-DB, Going Solar Network TV and Radio, goingsolomedia.com. And you can place comments and say hello to us if you like it. And if you have any beautiful thoughts to share with us, please share it, and help us promote and help us spread the word about it. Thank you very much and being here and patiently listening to me. And I wanted you to say this with me, that we are going to rock in 2020. I am a new person. I am a person with full of power, zeal and zest. I will go out each day to help somebody, help as many people as I can before I hit the bed, before I hit the sack. So I am that. I'll be going full steam in this 2020. Thank you very much for being here. And this is Salman Vulampur, the motivational speaker, Bangalore. And thank you very much for being on the show. Thank you. See you next week. Take care. Have a great new year, a great, prosperous, wealthy, rich, successful, and fit new year. See you in 2020.